Well, thank you, Destiny. We are underway here in Happy Valleys. The Lady Lions have won the jump ball, and right out of it, here's Shea Chesky going inside. A quality look, but it rattles out. Virginia bringing it back across, and a big three off the top for Sam Brunell. The starting five for the Cavaliers: Brunell, Cameron Taylor, Caden Lawson, Mer McLean, and Taylor Valladay. On the floor for Penn State, Shea Chesky, the freshman, along with Leilani Kapanis, McKenna Marisa, Alexa Williamson, and Janasia Cash. Cash getting it inside here, goes back out. An open three opportunity for Kapanis. That one's going to make its way out of bounds and go the other way with Virginia. A couple of early looks for Penn State, not falling. So UVA jumps out to this early 3-0 lead.
Absolutely, but still, Penn State really had a good read right around the court there with Marisa sending it over to Kapanis, but just couldn't quite get it done.
Penn State showing early pressure. They're going to look to mix a lot of defensive looks towards Virginia tonight. Almost a turnover inside. Driving to the basket is Taylor, and she draws the foul. Perhaps one of the best players on this Cavaliers team. Just an extreme physical presence, and she makes her way to the free throw line here early.
Absolutely. That could pose a little bit of a problem if Penn State really wants to maintain that lead, but as you see right there, she's driving to the hoop and gets fouled right on the inside of the paint.
Yeah, McKenna Marisa picking up her first foul. To the free throw line goes Taylor. 71% there this season as the first one knocks through. Another look at those starters for the Cavaliers today. You see Taylor at the free throw line. Lawson, McLean, Valladay, and Brunell joining them on the floor. Second shot is up and through. As Destiny mentioned earlier, a Virginia team that's 8-0 for the first time since the 90s as well. Both teams, two of 27 unbeaten teams in the nation right now. And one of those dominoes will fall tonight here at the Bryce Jordan Center. It's an early 5-0 lead for Virginia. As Penn State looks to develop its offense inside the Temple transfer. Alexa Williamson goes up strong, but a big rebound pulled down by Taylor. Other end of the floor, Brunell once again. This one off the front of the rim. Skying for the board right there is Kapanis.
Kapanis, as we mentioned before, she's a great rebounding force. She's actually tied with her teammate, Janasia Cash, in rebounding on the Lady Lions squad.
Tried to go to the basket there, works back up to Chesky. The freshman point guard came off the bench in the first game this season, has started every game since for Penn State. Tried to work it inside, but has it swatted away by the Cavaliers. Driving the floor right to the basket, off balance look for Lawson. Offensive rebound. That's something that the Cavaliers are known for this year. A lot of offensive rebounding. They had 19 of them against Eastern Carolina in their last contest. 4 on the shot clock. Inside, back up. Running out of time. They're not sure they see it, and that's a shot clock violation.
Awesome defense by the Lady Lions. They were really physical, getting in the Who's faces and making sure that no shots were plausible.
Anna Camden checking in for the first time today for Alexa Williamson. Camden, one of 2 four-year seniors on this team under Coach Carolyn Keeger. Started 5 of the 7 games this year and checks in for the first time. Here's McKenna Marisa, unequivocal leader of this squad, gives off to Chesky. Inside, Kapanis. Tight defense from the Cavaliers. Lady Lions down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's the first look of the day for Marisa, off target. And another rebound early for the Cavaliers. Down the floor, Valladay to the basket, out of bounds. It will stay with the Cavaliers. Anna Camden with nice defense down the lane.
Absolutely. She was there right in front of Virginia, but also it did throw the Lady Lions a little bit off system.
Rebounding differential early in this one, 5-1 in favor of the Cavaliers, but the Lady Lions forced their first turnover of the day. Marisa cashes in.
And that feed from Kapanis, absolutely. She can read the court and give Penn State a really good defensive edge. And we saw that with Marisa's basket.
Cavaliers break the press inside. Brunell finishes. That's what makes Sam Brunell so dangerous. She can score inside and behind the arc. 39% three-point shooter. Here's Chesky, first look today, rattles out from behind the arc. And immediately a foul on the floor will go against the Lady Lions.
just edged the rim right there on her attempt. It looked like a nice arc and a good approach, but it couldn't quite find the basket.
East Carolina transfer Tanaya Thompson checking in for the Lady Lions. She'll replace Chesky. Lady Lions setting up this press once again. It's something you see a lot of from this Penn State team. We talked about the turnovers, 9th in the nation at 14 steals per game, 13th in the nation in over 24 turnovers forced per game, and a big part of it comes off of this press defense that the Lady Lions put together.
They definitely want to encourage them to really be physical with this Virginia team, and they have to in order to produce at the level that they need to.
Inside, Cameron Taylor, excellent move around the defense, finishes off the glass. Here's Thompson, other end of the floor, through the contact, ball lost out of bounds. It will stay with the Lady Lions. Thompson going in with her first look of the day, drew the contact. Here's another look at that approach.
Yeah, as you can see, she couldn't quite get a hold of it, but it stayed on the Lady Lions side, which is something that they definitely want to look for.
Inbounded straight up top to Marisa. 2 early points for Penn State. Marisa's first 3 off the back of the iron. Another rebound pulled down by Mer McLean. And inside she goes coast to coast.
That was a beautiful shot by Mer McLean and an awesome read as well. She was coming right down through the paint. She knew exactly where she wanted to go, and no one was going to stop her for that. Great beginning to the season, and they play with this raw athleticism and physicality that you can definitely tell in the paint and under the hoop.
She's been praised by multiple outlets across the year. She was the ACC Coach of the Week last week and has these Cavaliers playing some of the best basketball that they've played in quite some time. Now, the Lady Lions coming out of the timeout. Shot 1 of 8 to start this game, trying to work inside, but McLean gets a hand on it, smacks it away.
As we've talked about, Preston, it is that defense that the Hoos are known for. They're really able to get up there with their hands, really make it difficult for the Lady Lions to find a play.
Kapanis taking it out of bounds for Penn State. Able to find Marisa in the corner. First basket behind the arc for Marisa today.
Again, a beautiful 3-point shot from Marisa right from the corner.
Bring it back through Valladay, working inside. London Clarkson gets her first basket of the day. Checks in at the timeout, the senior from Texas. Thompson into Cash. Backing her way in. Spin around look, falls short.
It's a good opportunity by Cash. She was able to read it well and tried to spin around Virginia, but could not commit right to that shot.
Valladay resetting this offense. 4 of the 5 field goals made from the field thus far for Virginia have come off the assist. Team averaging over 16 a game as the look inside draws a foul. Valladay going to the basket. That's the second foul on McKenna Marisa here early. Something to keep an eye on. Another look.
You can clearly see in that last shot Marisa's frustration on that foul. As you can see, her teammates are going around her, making sure that to not let that frustration get a hold of them early.
Couple substitutions for the Cavaliers. McKenna Dale checking into the contest. The graduate Brown transfer last season, native of Connecticut. She's into the contest along with Alexia Smith, a transfer from Minnesota. She's plenty familiar with Big Ten basketball. As she's on the floor now for the Cavaliers, and at the line is Valladay. A 61% free throw shooter, knocks them both down here. Chesky back in for the Lady Lions, and she'll bring the ball across. Thompson working the offense, down inside. There's Williamson, one-handed flick, rattles out. First 2 shots for Williamson not falling from the field. Valladay gives off. Long jumper rebounded by the Cavaliers, continuing to show their offensive rebounding presence. Valladay can't connect on the 3.
Hoos are looking quite comfortable as they approach for their offense right now. They're starting to really get into that rhythm and groove.
Short look there from Kapanis, does not fall. And checking into the game for Penn State now is Allie Brigham. She'll check in for Anna Camden. Brigham, somebody that's been coming in off the bench this season for Penn State, got some starting experience last year, but Allie is someone that can really play valuable minutes, had 5 points against Syracuse, and Coach Keeger looking for some kind of spark here offensively.
Right, exactly. She's 13 for 22 on the season, and she averages about 3.1 rebounds for the Lady Lions.
It's a good look there from Clarkson to drop a big lead here early for the Cavaliers. They're up 12. Lady Lions settling in with their offense. Here's Kapanis once again. Brigham pass inside, gets tipped away and stolen. Trying to get into Williamson. Running the floor quickly in transition was Smith. Penn State comes away with it. Here's Chesky. Lady Lions will look for somebody to fill the void with McKenna Marisa not on the floor. 2 early fouls for Penn State. Here's an open look 3 for Thompson. And rebounded by Brigham, a foul on the floor against UVA.
And UVA, we've seen in about 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes, they've gone on once again another 6-0 run. And also with Penn State, they've had 0 points over the last 2 minutes and about 30 seconds as well. So it's a little bit of a dry spell for them.
Yeah, one of their last 8 from the field are the Lady Lions. Inbound goes to Thompson. Jumper off again. Kapanis trying to go after the rebound, but tips it back into the arms of Sam Brunel. Down the floor, Valladay, charging foul called. Stepping in front was Tanaya Thompson. Another look at the foul. A big way for Penn State to flip that momentum when the offense is struggling.
That was the type of foul that the Lady Lions were looking for, able to shift their momentum and start to reset their offense a little bit and have that conversation with each other and get in that rhythm.
For the first time today, Allie Campbell checking into the contest. Campbell had a big one against Fresno State on the defensive side. 6 steals for her. It's the Altoona, Pennsylvania native. Played her high school ball at Bellwood Antis, just about 25 or 30 minutes from Happy Valley. She shares the floor now with the Lady Lions. 8 on the shot clock, out to Williamson. Here's Chesky, guarded tightly. All the way to the basket, Shea Chesky. High look doesn't go. Williamson with the rebound, no foul. Clarkson was the one that pulled down the board. Here's McKenna Dale, knocks home the 3. Big swing for the Cavaliers. They lead by 15.
She looked extremely comfortable just sending that ball to the hoop. Had that great approach that the Hoos were looking for.
Chesky looking to snap this cold spell. It's a 15-3 run over the last 4 minutes and change for the Cavaliers. Penn State hasn't scored in over 3.5 minutes. Chesky backing off. 6 on the shot clock. Loses her dribble, pass inside, trying to force one, it's turned over. Running the floor is Smith. Off the board, she can't convert. Chesky will look to go with it the other way. Chesky inside, draws the foul. Clarkson will get tacked with the foul, her first. And for the first time today, Penn State going to free throw line, looking to snap a nearly 4-minute scoring drought.
And it's exactly what they need. And you can see there, the Lady Lions are starting to have a little bit of clock management issues. They're running down the clock all the way to the end and trying to set up those shots against a very strong Virginia defense, but they need to have better clock management, and hopefully that these free throws for them can be beneficial.
Jadasia Cash checking back in for Penn State. Chesky will have 2 shots here. She's made all but 1 free throw this season, and right there's the broadcaster jinx as the first one rattles out. But really has been impressive. The freshman from Lancaster, New York, has settled in as a secondary ball handler behind McKenna Marisa, but 18 points against Syracuse, 16 against Toledo and Youngstown State. She goes 0 for 2 at the line here.
She's been a very impressive freshman that's come right off of the bench and made quite an impact for the Lady Lions, and she continues to with really raw agility.
Yanta Vaughn, the backup point guard, checks in. She has it at the logo. Under 10 on the shot clock. Lawson for 3. Misses short. Campbell pulls down the board. Lady Lions still looking for their first points in now over 4.5 minutes. As we go under a minute in this first half. Or rather in the first quarter. Driving to the basket is Thompson. Has the ball knocked out of bounds. It will stay with the Lady Lions with 13 on the shot clock.
Once again, as you're kind of eating through that shot clock, you need to be able to find those opportunities quickly. You can't wait too long or else there's not going to be anything left, and as soon as you try to find something, the clock will hit 0.
McLean back in for the Cavaliers. McKenna Marisa with 2 fouls is in for Penn State. Right off the inbound, tries to create some space. Brigham posting up, instead goes to Cash. Now Brigham coming through and draws the foul. Sneaking down the lane, Allie Brigham was calling for the basketball. They worked it inside to her, and the foul goes against McKenna Yale. Another look.
See, she just clips side of Brigham right there, so she's going to go to the line. And as you had mentioned, Preston, it's all about creating space right now for the Lady Lions and find those opportunities when you can.
A cold start for Penn State, but Kapanis checks back in. Allie Brigham to the free throw line with 2 shots. 4 of 6 this season from the line. First one falls. The big story today for Penn State was trying to slow down the rebounding presence of Virginia down low. One of the best teams in the country that does it. And what you're seeing here early, Emma, is all 3 of their major post players in Brigham, Williamson, and Cash seeing extended minutes together on the floor right now. It's Cash and Brigham playing down low for Penn State.
But it's an important thing to note that they're also sharing the ball and really finding that possession time evenly between them as well.
Inside, quick spin around look for McLean. Back across mid-floor is Chesky. 3 seconds between the shot clock and that first quarter clock. Guarded tightly by Vaughn. Coming off the screen from Brigham to the basket. Chesky draws the foul. Right to the basket. The foul will go on Vaughn. And no, it's an offensive foul against Shea Chesky. They're going to call the charge as Vaughn slid in.
It's a very interesting call right there. You can see Chesky was just driving to the basket, but they called it on Vaughn.
Brunel, quick 3. Off the iron, 1 second. Penn State grabs the loose ball, and that's how the first quarter will end. Coming into the game today, Emma, this Virginia team had outscored their opponent in a...
Preston, it seems like Penn State may have had the jitters in the start of the first quarter. It wasn't the strongest start that they've had in the past. UVA's defense is strong and is able to push turnovers. The Hoos also seem very comfortable in the paint, scoring a lot of points compared to the Lady Lions only scoring 5. So the Lions definitely need to make adjustments on both sides of the court coming into this quarter. Preston?
Thank you, Destiny. Appreciate the insight. Coming out into this second quarter, here's a 3 look for Vaughn. Off target, but another offensive rebound there for McLean. Rebounding early, 16 for Virginia, 8 for Penn State. 7 on the shot clock. Brunel with the right hand. Down to 1 second. Shot for Vaughn. It falls. Right at the shot clock buzzer. Another ball behind the arc. 4th of the day for Virginia.
It was a great feed on that far side right over to Vaughn. She was really able to get that arc on the ball and make a big play for Virginia.
Here's Marisa. Inside Cash, back out Brigham, skips it across again to Campbell. Now down to 3 seconds. Brigham going to the basket, converts. Big points from Allie Brigham.
That was a big play for the Lady Lions. It looked like she had a shot earlier, right just before she passed it out, but back in again. But she was able to get the basket for the Lady Lions.
Inside, open look, McLean finishes and the foul. McLean sneaking behind the defense once again, an athletic move. And she's going to the free throw line for a chance at 3. Another look.
See, she's right in traffic right there and comes down hard onto the hardwood, which signals the foul.
That foul going on Cash. 1 shot at the line for McLean. Going back to that last basket from Allie Brigham, it's the first field goal made by Penn State that didn't come from McKenna Marisa. Just kind of talks about that slow first quarter. Only 7 points for the Lady Lions in that first quarter of action. Here is McKenna Marisa. Has 5 of the 9 points. Driving, Campbell. Kappen is back. Marisa open three. Her second option of the day. It goes strong. And a loose ball foul against Penn State. It'll be Virginia basketball.
It's clearly frustration amongst the Lady Lions. They thought that would go their way. But unfortunately there, couldn't quite get there.
That's a third foul on McKenna Marisa, so she'll check back out once again for Chesky. See limited minutes from the Penn State leader. See who can step up offensively for the Lady Lions. Brunell can't make the shot, but the rebound falls back into the hands of McLean. And a foul going against the Cavaliers will bring this back the other way with Penn State. McLean gets the foul.
See, as there's a lot of traffic right there as the Lady Lions are fighting for it. They haven't been able to get too many rebounds as of right now.
And Camden back in the contest. Miscommunication, but Chesky able to chase it down. Just doesn't feel like the Lady Lions are clicking quite yet in this one. It's a credit to the defensive scheme that Virginia has put together today. Allie Campbell in the corner, knocks home the three.
Much needed three for the Lady Lions. And to that point, Preston, you saw Chesky has been holding the ball quite a bit. She hasn't been able to find that opportunity. And there's a lot of communication issues that I think need to be addressed on their side.
Inside McLean to the basket. Big defense there. A combined effort from Camden and Williamson. Penn State's going to figure it out offensively. It's going to start on the defensive end, just like that. Here's Kapanis. Yet to score in the contest, as is Chesky. She pulls up, knocks home the shot. Quick 5-0 run for Penn State as that offense shows some life.
Specifically with Chesky, she's really been able to find that opportunity in that particular instance and was able to make the crucial points for the Lady Lions.
7 points here in the second quarter. That matches the first quarter total for Penn State. Three ball doesn't fall. Here's Kapanis pushing in transition. Converts right around Caden Lawson, and a quick timeout called by the Cavaliers. A 7-0 run for the Lady Lions.
This is a huge momentum shift.
And to Sean Perry. Since the tragic event this past month, many schools have made gestures to show the support of the UVA athletics program, and this was a special way for Penn State to pay respect.
Certainly an incredible tribute for such a tragedy that we will continue to keep in our thoughts and prayers. Out of the timeout, there's a big three by the Cavaliers. Stepping in, McKenna Dale, her second of the day.
Definitely coming out of that is something that UVA hoped for, was getting points on the board right away and immediately transitioning into that defensive look.
Snaps that 7-0 run. Here's Allie Campbell to the basket, blocked by Dale from behind. Loose ball ripped away by Taylor. Valladay into the corner. Lawson has a shot blocked back. Stepping in was Kapanis. Penn State looking to answer. And a travel called against Williamson as she received the inbound pass.
Definitely not what they needed in that instance, as we saw that block by Kapanis sent them down the court, really having that opportunity and momentum, and immediately it was stopped with that foul.
It's the fifth block of the season for Leilani Kapanis. That leads the Lady Lions. She, also leads this team in categories such as rebounds and steals, just such a big presence for Penn State, as Taylor Valladay knocks down that look for 2 points. Back into the contest is Allie Brigham for Penn State, and a foul called on the floor against the Cavaliers. That's on Caden Lawson, her first, team second.
We see right there, just sending it right over seemed to stop play in that momentum shift that Penn State was hoping to keep going on that.
Quick inbound, Chesky three, bounces home. Shade Chesky behind the arc, knocks home her first three of the day.
We've seen Chesky been able to have a few good looks and couldn't quite make it there, so that was a great play by Chesky and a good way to get the energy going here in the Bryce Jordan Center.
Ball stolen away by Kapanis. Here's Campbell, back to Chesky. Thought about pulling the trigger once again, instead steps inside. Long range two doesn't go as Taylor pulls down the board. And the foul will be called against Penn State. That'll be Williamson. Here's another look at that turnover forced by the Lady Lions.
Absolutely. It will be Williamson's first as well of the game. As you can see right there, just sending it through. Chesky with that beautiful shot that she's had, but couldn't quite deliver on, but now finally got the points.
Chesky, a 33% shooter behind the arc through the first 7 games of her collegiate career. Driving to the basket is Valladay. Rebound by Brigham. Tries to outlet to Campbell. It's knocked out of bounds by Lawson.
We've mentioned this before. Penn State really wants to quickly get off the defense and try that press down to get their offense in a new and different groove, try and throw Virginia off.
Here's Chesky back across the logo for Penn State. Lady Lions outscoring the Cavaliers in this second quarter, 12-11. Chesky back to Kapanis, under 10. Spinning inside, off balance. Kapanis can't get it to go.
We're seeing how this clock management could be a really big problem for the Lady Lions, and those blocks especially are proving to be a pain in their side.
Forcing another turnover there, it was Campbell that got a hand on it as Kapanis scooped it up. Inside, Brigham high off the glass, it rattles out. Valladay will walk it back across. Here's Brunell. 5 points for her today. Bounce inside, falling to the floor. Nice defense from Cash, comes up with a turnover. Chesky, quick give and go back with Brigham. She resets, wide open three, falls.
Chesky, once again, we're starting to see her really start to get comfortable behind the arc right there, and just you can see just that beautiful approach and release, something that Chesky has been known for and the reason why she's on the court.
Penn State settling into their 1-2-2 zone defense. It's a look that they show often after made baskets. Down on the low block was Allie Brigham. She's tacked with the foul as Sam Brunell will get to the line. 6 turnovers forced by Penn State. 3 of them coming in the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Not to mention there's been a big scoring drought with the Hoos as well in the last 2.5 minutes. So now starting to be a little bit of a shift of pace for the Virginia team.
It's a line shift here for the Cavaliers as they bring in 4 players off the bench. Yonta Vaughn along with Katie Pauley checking in for this inbound pass. Also in is London Clarkson. Driving inside McLean, who checked back in at an off-balance look. It doesn't go. Here's Chesky. Outside, Tanaya Thompson behind the arc, rattles out. Foul called on the floor. It'll stay with the Lady Lions as Cash hit the floor hard.
And right now, this Virginia team, with that quick line change, it could be a strategy for them to give their starters a rest, as they've been constantly playing here and not really getting much delivery there. And we're seeing Cash come down right down to the floor and giving the Lady Lions another opportunity.
That foul on Clarkson just in the corner of your screen. It's her first. Inbound a little too high for Thompson, and it's taken away by Pauley. Katie Pauley pushing the floor, blocked by Cash, but right there to clean it up was McLean. Lady Lions settling the offense. They trail by 13 here in this first half. Thompson off the screen from Camden, right to the basket. Here's Cash, cleans up the look.
It's a very similar look to what we just saw Virginia do. We had Cash was right there, ready for the rebound, and she was poised and prepared to make that move for the Lady Lions.
It's the first bucket of the day for Janasia Cash. One of 3 career 1,000-point scorers on this squad. Here's Pauley for 3, sails long, but they're going to get Anna Camden with the off-ball foul. As McLean that went to the floor. Camden checks out, her first foul. Back in is Alexa Williamson for the Lady Lions. Leilani Kapanis also joining her on the floor. Under 2 minutes in this second quarter. Another look at that foul.
You can see right there, she just clipped her with her left arm, so they called that right on Camden with the official right within eyesight.
Here, McLean will shoot 2 shots at the line for the Cavaliers. On the day today, McLean 9 points and 7 rebounds. A double-double watch to keep your eye on for her. Already with 3 this season. Here's the reason why Coach Hamilton calls her the freaky athlete on this squad. You touched on that in the open, but just what she's able to do in rebounding the basketball and in scoring as she knocks down that second look. So here's Chesky. Right to the basket, shifty move, kick out, 3 for Kapanis. Gets the friendly bounce. They'll call it a 2 for Leilani Kapanis, her foot on the line.
Still a great misdirection from Chesky, just pushing it right out to Kapanis, who was more than ready for that opportunity.
Big defense down low on McLean, but it warrants the foul. They'll get Chesky coming in from behind. And despite how great Chesky has played this year, you're going to see little moments that show that she is still a freshman. You can see that defense coming in from behind, but don't want to get that contact off the back.
Still, she's someone that's an all-around court presence. She's really able to come around, and as we're seeing right here, just push it out to Kapanis and has that great read on the court, as we've seen on both offense and defense.
So Virginia now in the bonus for the remaining minute 35 in this second quarter. McLean back at the line once again. She's coming off consecutive double-doubles and now has over 10 points. Make it 11 to go with her 7 rebounds. And a 13-point lead once again for the Cavaliers. Penn State a 2-point scoring lead in this second quarter. Trying to sneak the pass down inside to Campbell, and it skirts out of bounds.
Campbell was just a little bit behind it. Chesky really sent that ball in that bounce pass just in front of her, and she couldn't quite get there in time in traffic from the Hoos.
Here's Vaughn, working it down inside, quick steal. Cash jumping in front, once again, her second steal. Chesky slowing down the pace, resets with Kapanis. Back to Chesky, pulls the 3, rattles it out. Big rebound from Williamson, and draws the foul going up with a look inside.
She had the right idea, but couldn't quite get the angle on the ball that she needed to get the and one on that.
Sam Brunell picks up her second foul. Coming in from behind, similar look to what we just saw from Chesky. And 2 shots coming at the line for Alexa Williamson. Looking for her first points of the day. It's her first trip to the line. Penn State 2 of 4 today, free throw shooting. First look falls. Taking a look at that offense this second quarter, 20 points now for Penn State after 7 in the first quarter. They've made 10 field goals, 8 of the 10 coming in the second quarter.
Definitely comfort on the court is something that the Lady Lions need to feel and have that communication between one another. And now as they're 10 for 31 from the field, they're starting to improve and really try and find that shared offense that they were looking for.
Under a minute in this second quarter. They'll work it out to Pauly. Driving baseline, big swing pass to Vaughn, and knocks home a lethal 3.
Under pressure, Vaughn was able to convert that 3 points there with a beautiful release just coming right off the arm, arcing right into the basket.
It's a 2-second differential between the shot and game clock as Chesky and the Lady Lions are holding for one final look in this first half. Off the screen, inside, runner for Chesky, rebound by Cash, and she's fouled. Janasia Cash sailing in for that second chance opportunity and draws the foul.
We've talked, Preston, a lot about creating space with this offense. That's exactly what Cash did. She was able to just get up there and arc up and able to make that space around her to be able to make that rebound.
2 more looks at the line for Penn State. Back into the contest is Caden Lawson for Virginia. Cash getting these 2 looks from the line. This season, a 64% free throw shooter. It's her first trip here today, and the first one rattles off. Second shot to come. Both teams scoring 20 points now in this second quarter. Cash drops home the second shot and a quick timeout. Or rather, I believe this is a lane violation called. It's a foul on Kapanis, her second. And in the bonus, this is going to result in shots for the Cavaliers. A foul going after a potential rebound. The shot went through for Penn State. And that's going to send Mer McLean to the line to shoot two.
Can definitely tell Kapanis is not happy with that foul and the lane violation, but it could be costly as Virginia now within that bonus can get free points.
Yeah, it's a second foul, as we mentioned, on Kapanis. Chance for Virginia to put on some points here at the end of this half. There's McLean knocking down her first look at the line. Cavaliers now 10 of 10 from the free throw line today. McLean knocking them both down. She's got 6 of the 6. Camden Thompson and Brigham checking back in for Penn State. 4.4 seconds on the clock. Lady Lions are going to look for one final shot. They're going to get pressed here full court.
They're going to be facing pressure, but I think that's what they expect in this type of scenario. They're going to start positioning people with enough time to have a full court press.
Campbell driving inside, off balance, trying to draw the foul. No foul is called, and that will bring us to the end of the first half. 44-29, the Cavaliers holding on to the big lead. They edge Penn State by 1 point in that second quarter. A first half that Virginia has found some success offensively.
Absolutely. Well, they've been able to utilize their rebounding especially, but we have to talk about McLean real quick and go back to her. In addition to her rebounding, she's been an offensive weapon for Virginia. She's absolutely been crucial for them to keep a good lead. When they can't find other things in system at the moment, so free throws are a huge advantage for the Cavaliers to continue their lead.
Our officials tonight, Jenna Cross, Tiara Cruz, and Mark Berger. As the Lady Lions will start with the ball in this second half. Marisa back out on the floor for Penn State with Allie Campbell, Janasia Cash, Leilani Kapanis, and Shea Chesky. Same starting five for the Cavaliers as well, as you see Lawson, McLean, Valaday, Taylor, and Brunell. An early turnover here for Penn State. Straight away three, falls right home for Lawson.
Cavaliers absolutely took advantage of that early turnover. They saw Penn State was a little bit out of system, and they were able to utilize that offense and come out strong.
Here's Chesky in the corner. It's the first points of the day for Lawson. Cash driving on Brunell. Right to the basket, she finishes. Big basket for Cash with now 5 points. So here's Valaday running this offense for the Cavaliers off the hands of McLean, but she gets it back. Tight defense there from Chesky.
Right now, Chesky, of course, we've seen her both as an offensive threat as well as really making her presence known on the defensive side.
Right down the middle, a quality look for Valaday, and she gets her own rebound. Back to McLean, double teamed inside. Gives off down the lane to Taylor, and she finishes.
There's a great read by Taylor. Even in traffic, the Cavaliers are able to still have that good communication that they've had this entire game to really make some big opportunities on offense.
19-point lead, cut it down by 3. McKenna Marisa, her second behind the arc today. Down on the opposite end inside. Here's Taylor, spin around look, and a rebound. Cash rips it away from Kapanis.
The two of them are two big rebounding names on the Lady Lions. They both have that drive to really get the job done.
And that time fighting with each other to try to pull down that board. Backing it off for the Lady Lions. Here's Chesky. Had Cash for a moment. Instead finds Campbell, who knocks down the open look. Allie Campbell now 2 of 3 shooting today. Here's Lawson. Into the corner, McLean. Already a season-high 14 points for her. Couple quick passes, finds open. Valaday, another open 3. Knocks down 2, and that one they'll call a 2-point shot, rather. She stepped on the line. That's a big shot that she knocks home.
It's a great read by Brunell, too, and a quick pass, which is something the Cavaliers have utilized to keep the Lady Lions defense on their toes.
Here's Marisa. working with 3 fouls. Gives off Chesky. Still leading the way with 8 points. Tied with Marisa now. To the basket, Chesky off balance, no foul. Down the floor, McLean, quick give. Taylor, easy transition bucket.
Taylor, we've seen just in the mere couple minutes that we've seen this third quarter, Taylor's been absolutely electric down in the paint there, something that she's very comfortable with.
Marisa can't convert on the basket. And this will be Virginia basketball as it's knocked out of bounds. Williamson checking back in for Penn State. It's the largest lead of the day. Now bringing it back up the floor come the Cavaliers. Here's Clarkson. Back to Valladay. Tightly guarded by Kapanis, and she forces the turnover. Off the foot of Valladay, out of bounds.
Kapanis was very physical in that moment, and it was definitely a strategic move and able to try and get Virginia a little bit off balance and force that turnover, as we saw.
Cameron Taylor checked out. Back to the bench for the Cavaliers. Coming in for her is Carol Miller. Here's Williamson. Back to Campbell. 5 points today for Allie Campbell. Chesky trying to work it inside. It's poked away. Nice defense from Clarkson. Back in transition once again. This is a Virginia team that works so well in transition. Carol Miller gets the basket. Penn State calls it. It's a 6-0 scoring run for Virginia coming out of the Penn State timeout. Lady Lions will bring the ball down the floor, looking to snap a 2-minute scoring drought to open this third quarter. It's the largest lead of the day at 20 points for the Cavaliers. Campbell back to Marisa. Guarded tightly by Miller. Virginia defense has had a great scheme coming into this one against Penn State. It's really limited their offense. Williamson inside, tough look, and can't get it to go at the end of the shot clock.
Clarkson, specifically on Williamson, was really getting her off balance and making sure she wasn't able to make that shot and have a clear approach.
Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Virginia. Off the missed shot from Valladay, and it'll give Lady Lions a new offensive possession. Here's Kapanis. Trying to work it to Campbell. Stolen away by McLean. Down the floor. Nice quick move, but can't finish on the basket. Gets the foul and will head to the line with 2 shots.
McLean, you can tell, was all over Campbell, and there was nowhere to go for the Lady Lions to really be able to move that ball and get that organization going. So it was a great defensive move by McLean. You see that smooth shot right there. She tries to get up for that rebound.
Another media timeout, 20-point lead, and UVA heading to the free throw line on the other side of this one here on Big Ten Plus.
They definitely have a very clean-cut way of communication. They seem to have intuition that has been built from this new coaching staff, this new leading role that UVA has taken. They have this strong team culture, and I think it does contribute very well to their ability to communicate on offense.
It's a 7-0 run now for Virginia as McLean is back at the line. Season-high 16 points already today, and with her 11 rebounds, she now has her 4th double-double of the season. That's 3 consecutive double-doubles from her McLean as she knocks home another big bucket from the free throw line. 13 of 13 today from the line for the Cavaliers. Lady Lions looking for a response. Brigham inside. Can't get her first look to go. Knocked out of bounds by McLean. It'll stay with the Lady Lions. Now trailing by 22 points. It's their biggest deficit of the season. Up top, open 3. Allie Campbell, too strong.
And in those type of opportunities, Preston, you really want to be able to set up those passes and Campbell's three was great in that sense that it had a good approach to it, but it just couldn't quite get done, and they did have time in order to set up the play a little better.
Miscue there from Virginia will get this ball back for Penn State. Tight pressure poking in from Valladay, but Chesky able to walk it across. Chesky gives off to Marisa. Back to Shea Chesky. Has the three. Shea Chesky knocks another down behind the arc. She's 3 of 5 back there today. Leads the team with 11 points. Clarkson looking at a shot from the elbow. Saved from going out of bounds by Campbell, but jumping on the loose ball and getting the basket is Carol Miller.
Some big rebounding miscommunications happened right there. Even though it was Penn State's possession at that point, there was nobody there in order to cover it for the Lady Lions, which the Cavaliers quickly took advantage of.
Big swing into the corner. Tania Thompson, three, knocks it home. Back-to-back threes for the Lady Lions. First basket of the day for Tania Thompson, who's now 1 of 3 behind the arc, 1 of 6 from the field. Here's Miller again, driving off of 2 screens, all the way wrapping around. Look at her finish.
Miller having a fantastic look on the hoop right there as she was able to come around and even under pressure be able to deliver such a shot.
Miller, such a versatile guard that subs in off the bench. Another 3 look for Penn State. Marisa's toilet bowl's out. Knocked out of bounds. It will stay with Penn State. Williamson checking back in along with Anna Camden as Brigham and Campbell go to the bench. Sam Brunell checking in. Brunell on the game today. 5 points on 2 of 5 shooting. Inbound comes to Marisa, pulls the trigger on the 3 and finds it. Lady Lions finding some luck behind the arc here late in the third.
Yes, beautiful, beautiful shot from Marisa. In these last couple of quarters, we've seen those shots just not quite get there. Marisa had the time. She was able to set it up and have a beautiful release ready to go.
Foul called away from the basketball. This one will go against Penn State. Another look as Chesky picks up her 3rd foul. Camden was fighting to grab the basketball, but it was Chesky away from it that got tacked with the foul. Here's Vaughn. Working it back to Vaughn with 6 seconds. Quick swing over Dale. Doesn't find the 3. A huge rebound inside and the foul called. Cameron Taylor ripping down another board offensively.
Cavaliers bench getting to its feet and absolutely ecstatic about that rebound. We see that shot right there. She comes right in through traffic, and is able to force that free throw once again.
So to the line goes Taylor. She'll have 2 shots. As we mentioned, the Cavaliers yet to miss a free throw today. 13 of 13, and wow. Another broadcaster jinx for you there on the air, 13 of 14. But Taylor is really one of the better players on this team. A unique connection with her and Penn State's head coach, Carolyn Keeger. Spent the first 2 years of her career at Marquette before transferring into the Virginia program. Never played at Marquette under Keeger, but was recruited by Carolyn Keeger into that Marquette program. Just a bit of a unique connection between her and Penn State's head coach. She knocks down the 2nd look from the line. Driving Marisa, steps back, knocks it home. Finding her stride, McKenna Marisa now 13 points on 5 of 10 shooting.
As you'd mentioned, those relationships can absolutely have a big impact later down the line. Even if they're smaller, minimal little bits in your career, they can make a big impact.
Penn State trying to knock it away. Taylor says no way. Right around the defender and converts inside.
Once again, Taylor making space down in the paint there and absolutely having control and the precision that she's able to read the court with effortless ease.
Foul on the floor on McKenna Dale, her 2nd, team 4th, as Marisa was driving to the basket. Another look there. Penn State will take it out of bounds. Taking the inbound for Penn State will be Leilani Kapanis, who just checked back in. $18 points in this third quarter for Penn State, 20 for Virginia. They've scored over 20 points now in each of their first three quarters today. Quick check at the scores table. Just confirming the clock. Once again, back underway.
You can definitely tell the gears were turning, though, as they were waiting for that time.
Thompson right to the basket. Takes advantage of that hole in the defense.
Absolutely. And with that extra little bit of time, even if it was a few seconds, they were able to take a breath and reset and look for that opportunity.
They're inside over the leap of Williamson. They find Taylor.
Taylor once again now leading the Virginia roster with 13 points on the night.
Yeah, behind McLean 17, but a strong effort early from Taylor. Into the corner, another three chance for the Lady Lions. Too strong for Thompson. And chasing down the board is Miller. Quick give and go. Miller down the lane. Pretty basketball for the Cavaliers.
Preston, you mentioned that the Cavaliers are very efficient in transition, and we noticed that once again in their ability to really set it up and quickly set the pace.
Chesky holding up top. Final stages of this third quarter. Thought about a three, gives it off. Here's Kapanis, open lane. Spins to the basket. Williamson following. It's out of bounds, staying with Penn State as the shot clock has been turned off and now reset at 20 seconds. With 25 seconds in this third quarter, Janasia Cash back into the game for the Lady Lions. Inbound goes to Thompson, back to Chesky. Behind the back, and a foul is called on the floor. Official Mark Berger on top of that one, calling it on Yanta Vaughn on the floor. Now the shot clock turned off, under 20 seconds. Penn State gets the inbound to Cash. Backing inside, but the travel is called. One too many steps for Cash, trying to step her way into the zone.
And right now there's been a little bit of stop and go action that's breaking up and disrupting a little bit of this Lady Lions flow and strategy that they have so far.
It's been flow on both sides. Penn State 5 of their last 8. Virginia 5 of their last 7 from the field, trading blows. Inside driving was Vaughn. Kick out 3, falls short. Marisa chases down the board and will hold it as we get to the end of the third quarter. A 20-point lead for Virginia as we make our way towards the fourth. We'll be right back on Big Ten Plus. One-sided affair through 3 quarters. The Cavaliers leading by 20 as we start the fourth quarter here in Happy Valley. Alongside Emma Holtz, I'm Preston Shoemaker. Third member of our team, Destiny Sanchez, as well. And Emma, as we start this fourth quarter, 48 points for Penn State, 24 of them coming behind the arc off the 3 ball. Looking for more offensive depth in this fourth quarter.
Absolutely. As you've mentioned, they're 18 for 48 from the field. Right now, their free throws are just at 50%, so it's definitely a little bit of a learning curve that the Lady Lions have had to adjust to this Cavaliers defense and offense. They've had a great mixture and flow.
Well, and let's talk about this Cavaliers team a little bit as that 3-ball sails strong from Pauly. A huge rebound inside by Smith is ripped away by the Lady Lions, but coming into that possession, Virginia had scored in 34 of their 56 possessions. Just talk about the efficiency. They're scoring over half the time they touch the basketball today.
They definitely have depth and a great communication on the court as they're able to really kind of have that ebb and flow that they're used to. They look comfortable with one another. They look like they are able to communicate well and work in transition.
Sam Brunell tacked with the foul there as Janasia Cash steps up to the line. Brunell, the Notre Dame transfer, who also played with Allie Campbell during her time at Notre Dame before both players exiting the organization. She's hit with the foul, and Cash knocks the first free throw down. Second shot goes cashing in at the line for Janasia Cash, knocks them both home. Makes it an 18-point game. McLean back into the game for Brunel as well. Leads the team with 17 points. It's a season high for her. Her third consecutive double-double and fourth on the year with 12 rebounds. High-arching look back to Smith. Now Vaughn setting up the offense. McLean open three, finds it.
Once again, McLean having a great game and sense of court awareness, coming right up to the arc and making crucial points for the Cavaliers.
The 20 points for McLean matches her career high. Inside for Penn State, there's Cash once again. Big look from Cash. Now 7 points.
Cash has been both a weapon down in the paint as well as on the offense. She's been able to make some major moves for the Lady Lions and have that aggressiveness and sense of hunger for the ball.
Jump ball is the call in the corner. Lady Lions take possession. And Allie Campbell checks in for Penn State. Comes in for Kapanis. In the game today, and Allie Campbell has 5 points on 2 of 4 shooting as she checks back in. Maurice's still playing with 3 fouls. She picked up all 3 of those fouls in the first half. Didn't play a whole lot in those first 2 quarters, but did not commit a foul in the third quarter. Also playing with 3 fouls is Kapanis and Chesky. Only player in foul trouble for the Cavaliers thus far is Brunel with 3. Here's Marisa. Gives off to Thompson. Brigham gives it right back off the screen. Thompson tickles the twine.
Great communication by Thompson with Brigham. They were working in tandem together, really trying to make something happen right at the top of the key.
Here's Valladay. Back to Taylor. 13 points for her in the contest. Lexia Smith back to Valladay. 8 seconds on the shot clock. There's McLean into the corner. Open look off the back iron from Smith. Big rebound from Brunel, and she converts.
Great shot by Brunel. She was also off balance while making that shot, twisting her body around, and was still able to make that shot and have that court awareness as to where the basket was.
Penn State tries a 3 in the corner from Thompson, doesn't go. Down the floor, missed opportunity in transition. Marisa breaking it back the other way. Marisa pulls up, draws the foul. It's the senior leadership from McKenna Marisa. Grabs the loose ball, carving through the defense, and draws this foul off of Taylor. She's going to make her way to the free throw line.
She also made a very conscious decision to, instead of drive to the basket, just step a little bit back and try and draw the foul, which she ended up doing. So it was a strategic decision by Marisa to get the job done.
Well, Marisa, one of the top 20 point guards in the nation in the preseason, named to the Nancy Lieberman watch list. Knocks down that first shot from the line today for Marisa, 15 points. And now 3 of 4 from the free throw line as she gets it to 16 points. Leads the Lady Lions. Here's Valladay. Back it off to the logo. Still a large lead for the Cavaliers. Off the screen, right to the basket. Look, McLean with the rebound. Just another board and make it 2 more points. It's a career-high 22 for Mir McLean.
Once again, making her statement tonight. It almost looked like a strategic move to send the ball right over to McLean to make that shot, which in my opinion is exactly what they planned for.
It's a big basket there from Allie Brigham to grab the offensive rebound and convert. A nice answer for the Lady Lions, but have to find some stops defensively. Not going to happen on that one as Taylor goes right down the lane and converts.
That's where she's been most comfortable tonight, going right down that lane, seeming to be very confident in that area of the court.
Chesky trying to sneak it to Brigham, goes off the foot. Thompson, Kapanis, and Cash coming back in for Penn State for Campbell, Brigham, and Chesky. Open look there from Camden that did not go, and it set up that great offensive rebound for Brigham.
Brigham obviously was right there, and once again we saw that previous shot as well. She had good communication with her teammates in order to make that happen.
Just more examples of Brigham's ability to really be a spark plug on the offensive side in the minutes. She's been a valuable asset off the bench for Penn State this season. Deep three for Camden. A high bounce doesn't go. Out of bounds. It'll go back to Virginia. And just to finish the thought there on Brigham, I mean, these minutes that she's getting off the bench, she's seen her numbers a little bit limited this year with the addition to Williamson and Janasia Cash returning to this program. But the way she stepped up this year in those valuable moments have really been critical. Slow to get up off the floor there was Taylor Valladay, but she'll walk back off under her own power. Athletic trainer Lydia Johnson joining her out there on the floor. But just wrapping that thought on Brigham, really valuable today, and coming off the bench, 6 points for her on 2 of 4 shooting, 2 shots down at the line.
Absolutely. She's been a really great force for the Lady Lions and has really been able to...
Teams that have shown success at winning games, and it's a tough one today for the Lady Lions as they continue to try to claw here late, but it shows how well Virginia is playing. Absolutely,
and we had mentioned Virginia really has a hold and is confident on their offense and defense as well. But the Lady Lions, we have to give them credit in that in this beginning of the first quarter, they didn't really have much going. They couldn't get into the double digits. And now they've really been able to claw back and have some improvements on the floor.
Well, the officials determined there was no foul on that play as Virginia brought the ball back across. Here's Vaughn, guarded by Cash, and she pokes it away. One-on-one, big mismatch. Cash can't convert. Down the floor, standing alone, McLean tacks on to her career high.
McLean poised and ready once again to take advantage of that opportunity. Just quite a missed opportunity from Cash going one-on-one, but in the heat of that moment and the pressure there, maybe just had a little too much energy going right at the net. Right at the hoop.
Kapanis trying to work inside, and Cash has it stolen away. Working down the floor, it's tipped out of bounds by Camden. It'll stay with Virginia as Allie Campbell will check back in.
Replacing Leilani Kapanis, Campbell for Kapanis.
Inbound into the corner for Brunel. Back to McLean. She's just going to walk this out. Reset the offense with Vaughn. 1-2-2 zone defense for Penn State. Deep into the corner, and Smith stepped out of bounds. Another turnover for the Cavaliers today. Now 12 turnovers in the contest. Penn State also turning the ball over 12 times.
We've seen it even in those first half stats. The turnovers had been even exactly at 7 between the Lady Lions and the Cavaliers. So an even match of turnovers gives equal opportunities to both of these teams to capitalize.
Lob down low to Marisa. Spin around look, falls home. Another solid offensive performance today from McKenna Marisa at 16 points. Finding the bottom of the net on high quality looks.
Absolutely, and also it amazes me watching those kind of shots where it's just midair and you're completely off balance as Marisa was. She was in midair making that shot. She still is able to have pinpoint accuracy.
Brunel can't convert on a 3. Another offensive rebound for McLean, and she's fouled. Look at the numbers today. A career day for Amir McLean. 13 rebounds and 24 points. Here's another look at the last offensive board, her 5th offensive rebound today.
She's relentless when it comes to just getting underneath the hoop, finding those opportunities. She makes herself known to the Lady Lions that she is there and ready to take it on.
2 shots here for McLean. And again, this just circles back to what we talked about off the top. It's the first missed free throw for McLean today, the first for the team, now 14 of 15 from the line. But the way that you see back behind the basket, The Penn State band doing everything they can to force a pair of misses. Right of the Lions pep band with some chairs above the head.
It's definitely probably one of their favorite parts of the night is getting able to lift the chairs, have some chaos going on.
Posting up is Cash inside. Here's Marisa up top, Campbell. Off to Thompson, 5 on the shot clock. Marisa has her hands on it once again. Inside to Cash, 2 seconds, back to Camden at the shot clock, knocks it home. Big 3 from Anna Camden.
Major 3 for Camden, her first points of the night for the Lady Lions. She made it in a big way.
McLean down inside, quick pass, and a layup in for Smith, or rather Taylor. Into the corner, working with Campbell, back up top, Marisa. Dribbling off, loses momentarily, but regathers it. Tania Thompson inside, off the front of the rim, a rebound for Brunel. Vaughn penetrates, back outside. Smith in front of her own bench, finds the 3. Pouring off the top is the Cavaliers. 27 points from their bench today.
Beautiful off the side 3 for Smith. Just a great line and had a great approach.
Campbell off the rebound, knocks down the wide open look. Now 7 points for Allie Campbell. It's the second most she scored this season for Penn State. Vaughn off the screen, and Campbell pulls down the rebound. Valuable minutes from Allie Campbell here for the Lady Lions. Back to Camden, another 3. This one off the back of the rim and a foul on the floor against the Cavaliers. It was Cash going for the rebound and had her one arm pulled back. Checking into the game for Penn State is Leilani Kapanis along with Aisha Dia for the first time. The freshman from Montreal checks in for the Lady Lions. Her 5th game of the season. Here's another look at that foul.
He just got locked up there with their arms.
Katie Pauley back in for Virginia as well. And a timeout is called by Penn State before the inbound. Coach Keeger calling that one from the bench. A 20-point lead for Virginia, 30-second timeout. And Emma, I want to go back to a thought we were touching. Wins last season really shows the leadership that she's brought into the program.
She's been a game changer for the Cavaliers. There's no question about it. And a lot of that comes from team culture. When you have a head coach that's really persistent and really emphasizes that type of communication and bonding between the team, you can make some magic happen on the court.
Tough inbound up top, stolen away. Smith forced the turnover, misses the open look. Kapanis running the floor with Campbell. Takes it herself, loses it out of bounds. It'll stay with Penn State. Allie Brigham checking back in for Penn State in place of Cash. Also checking in for Penn State off the bench, Yvonne Tensei, sophomore from Minnesota. Her first minutes of the day, 4th appearance this season for the Lady Lions. Transfer this season, one of 6 newcomers in this Penn State program, coming over from the North Dakota State School of Science. Played in JUCO last year. Quick inbound to Brigham, and she converts. Brigham now up to 8 points. Here's Brunel. Foul called away from the basketball. It's going to go on Brigham. Foul in the paint. Her second. It's a team second. And an inbound under the basket as Katie Pauley will take it out.
What we've noticed here, you can tell Brigham just couldn't quite get a clean look off of that.
Trying to go after the rebound. Brigham loses it out of bounds, and it will stay with the Cavaliers. It was Pauley that missed the 3. Checking in now for Penn State is Kayla Thomas. Sophomore forward from Beltsville, Maryland, her 4th appearance this year.
Definitely been a lot of changes and a little bit of disruption of play, but this also provides an opportunity for a lot of these players to be able to switch off and get some game time experience as well.
Quick inbound to Brunell, back to Smith. Beautiful pass, and she nails the 3. Excellent inbound play for the Cavaliers. All smiles on that Virginia bench.
It was completely effortless the way the Cavaliers executed that offensive play. It was perfect, and you could tell the excitement coming from the Cavaliers bench in that moment.
Final minute here at the Bryce Jordan Center. The Cavaliers cruising in this one. Here's Thomas. Back to Campbell, stolen away. Jumping the pass. Pushing the floor is Smith. And lays in the fast break point.
This is another time we've seen Campbell get pressure. And actually the Cavaliers really take that moment and drive down the court for points.
8 points for Alexia Smith off the bench. Spin around look. Falls for Allie Campbell. 9 points for Campbell today. Shot clock turned off. Down to the final 15 seconds in this one. The Cavaliers, their first 9-0 start since the 1991-92 season. That was a year they ran out 13-0, but they're going to get this season to a 9-0 start. They pick up the win in the ACC Big Ten Challenge over Penn State by a final of 89-68. Hand the Lady Lions their first loss of the season. An all-round effort today